The episode begins with a scene full of symbolism. We see Walter, bald, walking through a landscape of chaos with a white bag in his hand, stained with red. It's a striking image that foreshadows the explosive events to come. The question that hangs in the air is, how did he get here? In contrast, the Walter we see at the start of the episode is still dealing with the side effects of chemotherapy. His hair begins to fall out, and his body grows weaker. However, his mind starts to strengthen in an unexpected way. Walter, aware of his mortality, begins to accept that, in order to secure his family's future, he will have to make tough decisions and take greater risks. Meanwhile, Jesse Pinkman continues facing the difficulties of the drug trade. Walter proposes an ambitious idea: expand their operation by working with a bigger distributor. But Jesse, knowing the dangers of the street, warns Walter about the risks of dealing with someone like Tuco, a feared drug dealer known for his unpredictability and violence. The discussion between them highlights the fundamental differences in how they view the world. Walter, relying on his intelligence and logic, believes he can control any situation, while Jesse understands that the rules of the street are much more chaotic and dangerous than Walter imagines. This clash of perspectives not only adds tension, but also sets the tone for the events that follow. On another front, Hank Schrader, Walter's brother-in-law and DEA agent, is closer to the truth than anyone realizes. While investigating a gas mask found at a meth lab, Hank discovers that it came from the institute where Walter works. Though he doesn't suspect Walter, the scene where Hank reviews the chemistry class inventory serves as a reminder of how fragile Walter's double life is. This moment underscores the growing tension in the narrative. Walter not only faces the dangers of the criminal world, but also the constant risk of being discovered by someone close to him. The climax of the episode occurs when Walter makes a bold decision to confront Tuco Salamanca directly. This conflict doesn't come out of nowhere. Before this confrontation, Jesse tried to negotiate with Tuco, bringing a batch of meth to convince him to work together. However, the meeting spirals out of control. Tuco, distrustful and unscrupulous, not only steals the merchandise, but also brutally beats Jesse, leaving him near death. This event is the catalyst that forces Walter to act. Walter understands that facing someone like Tuco is a huge risk. However, what drives his decision goes beyond recovering the drugs or the money lost. This is a turning point for him, an opportunity to prove that he is no longer the submissive and resigned man everyone believes him to be. The beating of Jesse represents something bigger, a direct challenge to his plan, his intelligence, and ultimately his ability to protect his own. Walter feels that he must take control, not just to resolve the situation with Tuco, but also to establish his authority in this dangerous new world. When Walter shaves his head, the act is more than a practical gesture due to chemotherapy. It's a symbol of his transformation. He shows up at Tuco's place with a bag containing mercury fulminate, an explosive compound, and a new attitude of resolve. This is no longer a man begging for what's his. He's someone willing to risk everything to demonstrate his power. The scene is tense from the start. Tuco, as always, tries to dominate the situation with intimidation, but Walter responds with a dangerous calm. When he places the bag on the table, he does so with an air of complete control. As he detonates the mercury fulminate in an explosion that shakes the room, Walter not only impresses Tuco, but also redefines how everyone sees him. He's no longer just a chemistry teacher or a desperate man. He's someone to be feared and respected. This confrontation with Tuco is a key moment in Walter's transformation. It's here that he fully embraces his ability to manipulate and control through his knowledge and boldness. But it's also a reminder of the emotional cost of his transformation. The euphoria he experiences as he drives away from the place isn't just satisfaction from coming out victorious. It's also a sign that he has taken another step toward becoming someone unrecognizable.